What's up, guys? Swift here, covering everything Chicago Bears with daily updates. Remember to hit that like button, and let's talk first about a couple injury updates before we get into the breakdown. Matt Adams, Dane Cruikshank, and Ryan Griffin are all out for this upcoming game. Jalen Johnson and Roquan Smith both missed practice today and are listed as questionable. Velus Jones Jr. was limited in practice Thursday and Friday, but is listed as doubtful. They continue being ultra cautious with his hamstring injury, but it appears he may be on track to play next week. We'll see. I expect Jalen and Roquan to both play. Matt Adams being out opens a starting spot on the defense. We should get to see either Sterling Weatherford or Jack Sanborn in this one. I expect it should be Sanborn, but I wouldn't be surprised if we got to see a little bit of Weatherford either. I also imagine we will call up either Joe Thomas or DeMarquise Gates from the practice squad as well. A little bit more injuries than usual, but some guys are getting healthy. I just hope that Jalen and Roquan both get healthy very soon. This defense has given up some points in the first half of both games, but second half adjustments have tightened things up, and they have yet to allow a single touchdown in the second half this year. Just a pair of field goals and 6 points. This is a defense that might not be the best in the league, but they have the talent to keep us in games, and once Justin Fields and company get comfortable on the offensive side of the ball and can get into a rhythm, I believe this team can be dangerous. Today's focus is on the defensive side of the ball. In case you missed it, I have done 2 other film breakdown videos this week, one on the key plays of the game, and then an all-22 breakdown on the offensive side of the ball. So today, it's time to get into that defense. A couple of notes before we watch the film. My defensive MVP award goes to Jalen Johnson, who was just all over his man in coverage all night long. Honorable mention goes to Trevis Gibson, who continues getting in the backfield and causing havoc. Jaquan Brisker, Kendall Vildor, Angelo Blackson, and Justin Jones all had really good games. I think Nicholas Morrow didn't have a great game, but he was better than Roquan Smith for sure. Tyler Gordon is the guy most people are picking on, and yes, Rodgers did pick on him a bit as well, but I will show you a couple more plays and show you why it wasn't all Kyler's fault. His teammates did him zero favors in this one. I expect our defense to play better moving forward, although if anyone knows how to attack a cover 2 defense, it's Lovie Smith. But let's get into that film breakdown. This first play I wanted to show here and talk about, this is Kyler Gordon, one-on-one with Sammy Watkins here. Kind of gets beat over the middle. But there's something else to this play that you guys have to see. I actually think this is on Roquan Smith. Go ahead and watch here. Let's just watch the route a little bit. He beats him. See, he's giving him the inside, taking the outside. This is a good job by Kyler here. You see the play action. Problem is, all of our linebackers kind of bite. See Roquan Smith kind of looks like he's, oh shit. Roquan Smith's job right here is to play zone right here. Another zone down here. Watch. When Rodgers makes this pass, which is to the inside of Sammy Watkins, look at Roquan. Oh, stumbling because he knows he's out of position. Let's watch it from another angle. Okay, this is the other angle of it. Okay, we got Roquan Smith right here. See, I'm pretty sure Roquan Smith's job is to be in zone coverage right here. Let's watch where this play goes. Oh. Roquan, he's biting on the play action here. This is Roquan biting on the play action. Has nothing to do with the new position or the new scheme. This is Roquan Smith biting on play action, and then, oh, look where the ball goes. Ball goes, obviously, the circle moves, but ball's going literally right here. And Roquan, if he was in his position here, would at least be able to affect this throwing lane. Maybe he doesn't intercept it. Maybe he doesn't tip it. Rodgers is a masterful quarterback, and he can throw at different angles, but he makes this easy. By not being in position here, he makes Kyler Gordon get exposed. This Kyler is guarding this outside, keeping him inside, forcing him inside where there should be a linebacker right here. You got the safety over top. Basically, this is what a cornerback is supposed to do. Use the sideline as his friend, force him to go over the middle. You're supposed to have help here. Roquan is out of position. It's plain and simple. Kyler didn't have a great game, but a couple of these plays I'm going to show you. Kyler Gordon gets responsibility for the yards given up, and everybody's hating on him. But some of these aren't exactly his fault. Could he be in better position and try to make a play here? Maybe. But, I mean, he's not burnt. He's right here. But the throwing lane is wide open because Roquan is out of position. A lot of people are already giving up on Kyler Gordon. I'm going to continue to show you guys why you shouldn't do that. Kyler Gordon is extremely talented. Aaron Rodgers is a 2-time reigning MVP. He's going to take advantage of a rookie cornerback. But Kyler was not horrible. He was bad, but he could have used some help on a few of these plays from his teammates. On this play, Roquan Smith definitely could have helped him out, and he failed to do that. Second play I want to show here is the guy who really impressed me on the defensive line. I actually thought Justin Jones and Angelo Blackson had good games. Not great because there was a couple plays where they got bullied in the run game, but they both did a good job at beating one-on-ones and getting pressure at times in the backfield. This one's Angelo Blackson. We'll watch him right here. This is the guy we're watching. Get out of my way. He blows this play up that easy. Nope. Sorry, Josh Myers. Nope. A.J. Dillon. Set down. Oh. It was just a great play by Blackson. I wanted to show that. There's another one by Justin Jones. Our defensive line had a lot of good moments in this game. Our linebackers, unfortunately, were exposed. Kyler Gordon had a bad game. Eddie Jackson also had a couple times where I think he could have made plays, and he kind of got lost in between. So I don't think Eddie Jackson had a great game either. I do think Jalen Johnson had a great game. I also think Kendall Vildor had a really good game. And I think Jaquan Brisker was so close to having a great game. He just missed making a couple plays, but Brisker also had a good game. And then Kyler Gordon, not the greatest, but it's not as bad as people are making it out to be. Moving on, this is one of our good run stops of the game. Focused on two players here, Justin Jones, who's going to shed his block and get inside, and Nicholas Morrow, who's going to do the same thing over here. Great play by both of these guys. Jumps it. Justin Jones beats his one-on-one easily. And then watch Nicholas Morrow against a much bigger offensive lineman, what we've seen Roquan Smith fail to do over and over. In fact, he's failing to do it right here. He sheds a block and gets in position to make a play. This is something Roquan hasn't been able to do. So seeing Nicholas Morrow do it, you see him? Gets underneath the block, sheds it. Justin Jones is already here making a play, but Nicholas Morrow is also there to make a play as well. Deliver an extra hit. Meanwhile, Roquan is just getting... This is Roquan and Al-Quadin Muhammad both just being driven out of the play here. Not a good job by either of those guys. Al-Quadin Muhammad also hasn't been as impressive as the other defensive linemen. Robert Quinn has played well. Dominique Robinson has played well. And Trevis Gibson has played very well. So Al-Quadin Muhammad honestly needs to play a little bit better. Roquan, he's got to step this up. Roquan can't have that. Good play by Justin Jones here, though. I want to call it out. There was a couple of these good plays by Justin Jones and by Angelo Blackson in this game. So I wanted to showcase a couple of those just to show you guys our defensive line is actually coming together and playing better, even though the Packers have one of the best rushing attacks in the NFL and one of the best 1-2 punches at running back. We forced a couple stops, and if our offense had been able to get out of the 3-and-outs. They had so many 3-and-outs. If they had been able to sustain some drives, our defense, I think, would have had a much better game. This next play was a play that Robert Quinn gets a pressure on the inside, forcing Rodgers to roll out. Now, what I want to watch here is, I just want to show this play because watching this live, I did not think this was a catch at all. Play was not challenged. I don't know exactly what happened here, but to me, this is not a catch. I don't know how they ruled this a catch. Watch here. Hits him in the chest, right? He's got one foot. Got the second foot barely as he's stepping out of bounds. But where's the control of the ball? Watch this on the way to the ground. You see that? First, the ball pops out. But second, from right here on, Nicholas Morrow has his hand on the ball as well. And then he fights, gets his other hand on the ball, rips it out here. This is not a complete pass to me. How is this guy calling this complete already? Like, you didn't even watch to see if he... Ref here, he didn't even watch to see if he held the ball to the ground. He's just like, yeah, it's a catch. This is Green Bay. Like, just how it goes in Green Bay sometimes, I guess. No way would they call that a catch for us. Okay, just another play. This one we all saw on national TV, but I just want to show you guys how good of coverage this was by Kyler Gordon. One-on-one out here. Staying to the inside. Watch. Ball's released. High point. Watch this athleticism. He has the burst to recover and the athleticism to go up and get it. That's against a 6'5" Allen Lazard. That's a big receiver. Gordon's got no problem going up there and knocking that away. I love it. The kid has tremendous amount of talent, and look, I'm not trying to defend him. He had a horrible game, but I do want to show people that he has the talent to be a really great player, and it's way too early to give up on him or say any of the things that are being said about him right now. Give Kyler a chance. This kid is so talented. Another good play here by the defensive line. Angelo Blackson gets penetration again. To me, it looks like he gets held on this play. Roquan and Morrow, they're out of the play. There's no linebackers in this. The only guy up here to make a play is Kyler Gordon, and he takes on a block. Justin Jones makes a great play here. Let's watch first. See the penetration. Looks like something's pulling him down here. It looks like he's being held. You see him? He's going to throw his hand up. Where's the flag? Blackson had a good game. But let's watch. My disappointments with Roquan and Morrow, who are nowhere near the play. If Justin Jones doesn't make this great play here, Justin Jones is blocked. He's blocked. He's going to fight off that block and make a stop on A.J. Dillon. Yeah, he picks up some yards, but he's stopping that from being a huge gain. If Justin Jones doesn't make this, there's a lot of open space for A.J. Dillon to run down here. And the only guy to stop him is going to be Jaquan Brisker. This was his last man of defense here. So this was just another really good play by the defensive line. Stopped a huge play. I'm disappointed with our linebackers as a whole. Our linebacker group did not play good. I thought our defensive line had a good game, and I saw at least 5 or 6 plays that I believe should have been called holds where there weren't holds called. This is one of them on Blackson. I just wanted to showcase a little bit of that for you guys on the defense. This is a play where my boy, Trevis Gibson, it's just purely dominant on Elton Jenkins. We also get a little bit of pressure up the middle there by Mike Pennell Jr. Let's watch this here. We're going to watch Trevis Gibson. Do the technique here. Gets underneath. He's doing the Robert Quinn from over here. He then gets held. Just straight hugging him from behind here. Gets held. Luckily, Luckily, the ref up here, he's going to see it and throw a flag, actually. Like, hey, that's holding. But he still gets the sack anyway. Look at Travis. Call down the hammer, bro. Where's that hammer? This dude is having a great year. Travis Gibson, Robert Quinn, and Dominique Robinson are giving us an awesome three-man pass rush. So far, Al-Quadin Muhammad hasn't really done much as a pass rusher. Hopefully he can get it going too, but our defensive line is looking pretty good. Angelo Blackson had a really good game. Armand Watts continues to play well. Mike Pennell Jr. is good in spurts. There's just a lot of talent on this defensive line. We probably need a difference maker, a defensive tackle. Next year is something we'd be looking for in free agency or the draft. But this defensive line overall did a pretty good job, at least when it comes to putting pressure on Aaron Rodgers. In the run game, there were holes opened up. Our linebackers missed tackles. They were out of place. Our defensive tackles, Justin Jones made a really good play to stop a run. Angelo Blackson made a few good plays. Watts didn't make any great plays, but he was in his gap most of the day. Our defensive line was not awful. I believe our linebackers were awful, and our secondary did not have its best game. This was probably our biggest breakdown on defense the entire game. This again was our 2nd and 28, where we gave up a huge play on a screen here. I just want to show you kind of pre-snap here. It looks like our guys are not ready. Eddie Jackson's walking around talking to people. Moro's moving around. Roquan's moving around. Like they're just getting in position. Everybody's ready. Obvious screen here. These three guys busting out, letting our pressure get through. This is obvious screen. We got Nicholas Morrow, Tyler Gordon, Jalen Johnson, and then Eddie Jackson and Jaquan Brisker way over here. There's not a lot of guys. We got 5 guys total. Oh, you're hoping Roquan will get over here. He's supposed to have this sideline to sideline speed. You want him to recognize this, get over here to make a play. Watch what happens really quick. Obviously, Robert Quinn misses the tip. Kyler is the one who crashes down. Kyler tries to make this play. He dodges one block, just can't shed the other. Nicholas Morrow kind of getting washed. Jaquan Brisker is the guy who comes over here and makes the play. Look, Roquan's still down here. Like, what is Roquan doing on this? Let's see. Roquan just... What? Okay, Roquan. Oh, that's his hustle. This is a loaf. I'm just going to say it. That's a loaf, guys. I'm going to move on from that play. I just wanted to show it from a different angle since we had the all-22 footage. That's definitely a loaf. Flus is going to see that. Maybe that's why the hip injury came in. He's now missed 2 straight days of practice. I don't know. This was not a great play, though. This was a bad play for our defense overall. This is the next play after the long 2nd down pickup. And this play here, we're going to have man coverage. The thing we're looking here for here, it's Roquan Smith one-on-one with Randall Cobb, who's in the backfield. This is not normal. This is them taking advantage of Roquan Smith here. We'll watch the play out a little bit. We got 2 safeties over top. Roquan is man coverage versus Randall Cobb out of the slot. It's not a great matchup, and Cobb is just going to beat him here. Him with a little... It's up there. Puts his move on him. Come on, Roquan. You got to attack that right there. Right there, attack that point. He doesn't. He just kind of... Gets there late. Barely makes the tackle even. This is Roquan just kind of... His hips look stiff. Is this a hip injury? Possible. Like, I'm not a guy who's going to say Roquan's not injured when he's missing practice, but these hips here are stiff. He should be able to jump on this, but How slow he is. Almost. Cobb almost breaks away and is one missed tackle away from a touchdown. But Roquan luckily grabs both his feet and corrals him in. Roquan just didn't have a great game. I don't want to harp on him too much. The rest of the defense, there was good coverage out here. If we want to go back and look a little bit when this pass is made, who else could he have thrown this ball to? Pressure is collapsing all around him. Jalen Johnson absolutely blanketed this guy. Vildor and Brisker have this guy locked down here. Covered. Tyler's got the flat. There's nobody else, especially when you look at where the first down marker is here. Like, this is the first down marker going across here. Aaron Jones, he's not going to get there. Kyler might even pick this, honestly, if you throw this over here. There's only one guy he can throw to on this entire play, and he's exposed. Middle of the field, Roquan, 1v1. And you want to, I'm just going to say it one more time, guys. He wants to be the highest paid linebacker in the NFL history, honestly. And that's third down. Gives it up. And then one more time, I'm back here defending Kyler Gordon on another one of his deep passes he gave up. See here, he's one-on-one with Sammy Watkins. Going to run a post. Now, the way you play this in the cover 2 defense, when you have Eddie Jackson at safety here, there's going to be another route he has to watch from over here. But watch how Eddie Jackson plays this. Watch how Kyler takes outside leverage here, like he's willing to give him up over the middle to Eddie Jackson. Watch here. Okay, he's in decent position right here. Jalen is all over this guy. Watch for a second here. Now look how Eddie Jackson plays this. Look at his position, how he's almost positioned himself in front of Sammy Watkins like he's baiting Aaron Rodgers to throw this. Now, if you're going to bait him to throw this, you have to be able to turn and run with it if he doesn't throw it right then. This is, in my opinion, this is Eddie Jackson getting out of position. Let's watch here. See him? Right here. He's saying throw this here. Kyler's got all of this and up here. Kyler's guarding deep. Kyler's guarding the outside. Not letting him get an out route here. He goes over the middle. Eddie Jackson is here to help, right? Sorry, you guys know I like Eddie Jackson. He's played better this year. I think he's in store for a big season, but right here, watch. He's backpedaling. He needs to turn, flip his hips, and run here and take away this portion of the field. He's not doing it. He's waiting. He's trying to cover 2 things here. He's trying to be in position to cover this, but also, if Aaron Rodgers takes this route underneath to Lazard, he wants to be in position to jump this as well. Like, I know what Eddie's doing here, but the way his body's positioned and how Kyler's playing, it's kind of his fault on this. Like, if you watch the cover 2, you're supposed to have help over the middle right there. I'm supposed to have some help. Look, Jalen is in much better position. Jalen doesn't need the help here, man. Jalen is in pretty good position. Can Rodgers get a pass to him here? Maybe. But if you look at Eddie Jackson, look how close. Watch the burst here, though. Tyler wasn't ready to run that way with him yet because he thought Eddie Jackson had this right here. When Eddie's right here, he's like, oh, my man Eddie's got me. Okay, let me cover this just in case. He can easily cut hard in here and then cut back outside. Kyler can't just bite super hard on this inside. He has to be able to contain this outside leverage as well. That's his job in this defense. You see here? Watch Sammy Watkins just burst away from Eddie Jackson. Where's your speed, Eddie? Watch this. He tries to flip his hips and run with them, but at this point, yo, he's gone. If this is actually a little bit underthrown by Rodgers here, he has to slow down. He didn't have to slow. I mean, it's a good pass, but he did have to slow down a little bit. If he doesn't have to slow down there, Sammy Watkins is gone. Kyler Gordon's getting a really bad rap for that game. Did he have some plays where he just absolutely got beat? Yes, Randall Cobb beat him on an out route. But I mean, it was a veteran route. Randall Cobb has done that to hundreds of cornerbacks throughout his career. One's more talented and less talented than Kyler Gordon. It's how he's made his living. It's why Aaron Rodgers wanted him back. There's certain passes like the one to Cobb that I didn't show here. Some plays are on Gordon. I mean, he got beat. There were times where he did just get beat. But a couple of these plays I'm showcasing, Gordon did his job, and his teammates let him down. In this situation, it was Eddie Jackson. Earlier in the game, it was Roquan Smith. But he had guys who did not do their job of the defense, and it caused him to get exposed and look bad. Don't write Kyler Gordon off yet. I'm going to keep saying it because this kid is very talented. Some of the bottom lines here were that the Packers have one of the better offenses in the league. We bid on play action too much. We weren't disciplined, and Rodgers picked on both Roquan Smith and Kyler Gordon. Better days lie ahead for both players and this defense especially. We have a much better matchup coming up this weekend and hopefully should see some improvements. I had more plays that I wanted to add to this, but these breakdowns are running very long and taking a ton of time to do. I might try to shorten them up somehow or make some changes in the coming weeks. Still figuring out how I want to do weekly coverage during the season, but after last week's game, there were so many narratives that a lot of my tape work this week went on correcting those narratives, especially about Justin Fields and Kyler Gordon. Stay tuned, guys. I have my Bears-Texans preview coming soon. Hit the like button for me, and until next time, bear down.